Welcome back to another series from the Breakaway League. We are starting on the map Extraction Plateau, and in the top right corner of the map, starting as the green GDI Vanilla, we have Booka. And sliding into the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning as the yellow Black Hand, it is Randomness. So, Booka versus Randomness here, best of 8 series again, and this is from week 3 of the Breakaway League, the same league that I casted CT Pacey versus Scorpio A, and I am hoping to see another blockbuster of a series here. Of course, CT Pacey and Scorpio A played an absolute ripping series. I definitely recommend you go and check that one out. But now we have 2 new players here, and it's going to be Randomness picking Black Hand, Booka picking GDI Vanilla. So both players picking their faction here. And will be interesting to see if we're going to see any aggression out of Randomness here. War Factory comes down, but it does look like a refinery is being queued up. Now I have noticed there's no, I'm pretty sure there's no starting map assigned. It's just that, funnily enough, these players have decided to start on Extraction Plateau, similar to what CT Pacey and Scorpio A started on. They started on Extraction Plateau as well. So obviously a very popular map in the Russian community. Russian, Ukrainian sort of area. Randomness, I'm pretty sure, is from Russia. Booka is from Ukraine. So the classic old rivalry of Eastern Europe there. Now we can see Booka again just going for eco, as well as Randomness going for his expansion here. So nothing too out of the box here. I have noticed that Randomness has done a really good job of cutting off all of the scouts that Booka has tried to send into his base. And as we zoom around the map, we'll see that there are cabals littering the battlefield. Now, we do see that Booka has not gone for an expansion. We can see that there is I imagine, a tier 2 queuing. Possibly a second war factory, but I imagine it's a tier 2. No, it is a second war factory. So here we go. It's double war factory out from our GDI player. Pitbull's being produced, but this is going to get spotted straight away. Look at this. Randomness is going to come in and be like, what do we have here? Double war factory down. And is he going to cancel that refinery? No, he might actually be building a war factory anyway, so it doesn't matter. He doesn't need to cancel, and as a rule, you genuinely would say that Nod's double war factory does outperform GDI's double war factory on low economy, just because of the fact that the buggies are quite cost effective in small numbers versus pitbulls. But we'll see how Booka makes this work. Now, of course, no expansion yet for him, and Randomness is on the way there. Now, there are Scorpion tanks being produced by Randomness. Randomness not looking to go for that bike buggy play. Pitbull's in the middle of the map, gathering and getting ready for the assault. But, of course, he'll be pretty disappointed when he realizes that Randomness went for a second war factory first. But he only has 2 Scorpion tanks out, and Booka could definitely overwhelm this. I mean, I'm not sure why he's waiting around. I mean, he's grouped up his Pitbulls now, but he's going to have endless reinforcements. His MCV moving to a very peculiar position, but here they come. Here come the Pitbulls. 1 Scorpion tank, you imagine, will go down straight away. No, he actually changes target, picks off that Scorpion tank. So 1 Scorpion tank goes down. No Pitbulls down yet. This is looking really good for Booka here. Another Scorpion tank about to... Oh, he's split firing all over the place. He's had 2 full volleys on that Scorpion tank, and it is still yet to go down because of the repair drones. And we can see Booka is actually going to retreat from this. I mean, he has a few Pitbulls in the red health. He could put them to the back of the pack when he moves into attack. But 5 Scorpion tanks, 6 Scorpion tanks, and a 7th coming out now. And I think he probably has enough now to hold this off. But there are a lot more Pitbulls on the map. So he's really going hard on this mass Pitbull play, is Booka. Moving his Pitbulls up to the north. But he will know that they are there, Randomness, because of the Cabal in that corner. Now here comes Booka along the south side of the map. There is absolutely nothing up here. Another Cabal is drafted. The Scorpion tanks will turn around in response, and this is really good by Randomness, only sending a couple of Scorpion tanks back. But Booka, here we go. He's coming for this double pronged attack here, coming in from the north, coming in from the south. These Pitbulls are actually retreating, and maybe they're going to come around and flank these Scorpion tanks. So it's going to be a full invasion force here from Booka onto these Scorpion tanks. A really good maneuver by him, outmaneuvering the Black Hand player, and moving in. Takes out these Scorpion tanks, but unfortunately still not able to break through. Randomness holding very well and getting the ability to push back Booka without too much worries. There is a battle marker over here, just a Scorpion tank moving across the map. And as you can see, he's now falling a long way behind in the economy game. He needs a second ref really quickly because, here we go, Dozer Blades is going to be coming online soon. Or is it already online? No, it is not. He just has forgot to get the upgrade. He's not going for Dozer Blades. Maybe planning to not continue with the Scorpion tanks, or he's just forgotten. Possibly he's just forgotten. Common mistake that players make. AP Ammo and Dozer Blade are probably the two most forgotten about upgrades in the game by anyone who plays them. Now, I must admit, Booka is in a very, very precarious situation right now. Building mass Pitbull into mass Scorpion tank isn't really the situation you want to find yourself in. And Dozer Blades is now starting to begin. And you can see, this is unusual. You don't usually see this in GDI versus Blackhand, but the Blackhand is very much on the defensive. Has the slower army, the tankier army, against the GDI player. Now, one thing Randomness has done really well this game is he has had good eyes all around the map with these Cabals all game long. Second MCV out. Wow, and tier 3 is down, so Randomness is going to go for a base push here. Airfield is down over here. AP Ammo on the way. No Hammerheads being built. I thought maybe we'd see a Hammerhead transition. These Pipples now starting to retreat back to base. There is a Cabal up there. It's going to get picked off. Are we going to see a Chem Plant and some clicks coming down? That's the big question now. Now, Booka, of course, because he moved his MCV all the way down here, he's basically already at his third. He doesn't need to move his MCV again. Pipples here looking to make a charge across the map. Now, he does see that Charge Particle Beam is done, and he is going to discover this second MCV, but there is a wave of Scorpion tanks here to defend, and Obelisk comes down, and these Pipples are sort of just walking into a death trap here. Dozer Blades has just come online as the fight has begun. Now, of course, these Scorpion tanks are going to get overwhelmed, but look how many Pipples here for Booka are on red health. There are so many that are just one shot away. This army is not as strong as it looks for Booka because of this. He's just not been repairing his units this game. That Cabal is going to fall, but the Charge Particle Beams on these Cabals actually do quite a lot of damage to Pipples. You can see, look at that, even especially with the rear armor, that Cabal's probably going to get a kill here. Ooh, not quite, but the Scorpion tank will pick off that last heavy damage mode Pitbull. MCV now moving to the top of the map, so he's trying to run away from this base push that's coming from Randomness. Triple Airfield Hammerhead on the way. Oh my god, this MCV. Is Randomness going to realize? No, Randomness doesn't realize that it's there. There are Mantis on the way now. Both airfields get sold off. Where are the Hammerheads? Where are the Hammerheads? They're up here. Why are they up there? There are two Mantis here. Does he have Tiberium core missiles? Not quite. And it's actually a long way away from finishing. But he's moving in here. Where are the Hammerheads? He needs to get these down here. There's only two Mantis here. He could quickly overwhelm them when they don't have Tiberium core missiles. He can very quickly overwhelm those Mantis. No, he's going for the Scorpion tanks. You need to target down the Mantis, Booka. Mantis, Mantis, Mantis. Kill the Mantis. Kill the units that are going to kill you first. But it's okay. He is going to overwhelm eventually. With the help of the Pitbulls and the Hammerheads combined, he is able to overwhelm. And he has got his MCV moving to this third field at the top of the map. Double ref down here for Randomness now. And Booka's down to only 2 harvesters in this field. Only 4 harvesters altogether. And he has no war factory to reproduce those harvesters. Pitbull's in the south here. They're going to come in and they're going to probably get a harvester snipe here. I don't know why he's running straight past. There we go. Get that harvester snipe and get out of there. Hammerhead's in the north. Can he get in and do some critical damage? There's only 1 AA battery here. And Tibcore is it's only just going to get up. It gets up as he comes in for the attack. Is there going to be a Mantis coming out of this? No, it's a bike. He can quickly focus that down. Quickly focus down the bike. Yeah, he does. And now, here we go. This could be the big play that he needs. Where's the tier 2? That's what he's looking for. There is no tier 2. There is no tier 2 on the map. Booka can just... He needs to just focus down the harvesters. I'm not sure why he's just running around. Get in there and focus down those harvesters. Oh, he's missed a massive opportunity there. Randomness was super vulnerable. He had no tier 2. Where is his tier 2? Did he accidentally sell it off? I don't see any Blackhand squad anywhere. And yeah, there's the tier 2 rebuilt. There's the Blackhand squad. Wow, I can't believe that he sold off the tier 2 when he knew there was my Hammerhood on the field. Hammerhood. Now, these typical bikes are still going to do monumental damage versus Hammerheads. Like Mantis would. But, of course, the Hammerheads are actually, you know, they stand up to bikes much better than they stand up to Mantis. Now, of course, what is this from Booka? He's actually sending his harvesters into the Tibcore bikes. Maybe sending it into the defense of the watchtowers. Now, AP Ammo watchtowers have a really good DPS versus low armor units such as bikes. So that's a really good play to just sort of ring your base with AP Ammo watchtowers when bikes are on their way. This game is not over, though, I must admit. There's no real force for randomness. So he's been able to take control of Booka's third, but really has not been able to do anything with it. You can see some Blackhand and some Cabal here, causing some issues for Booka here, and finally getting those hammerheads repaired. The bikes are coming in, though. They're going to run into some infantry here, though, and that's not really what they want to see. Decoy army does come down. That buggy's going to get destroyed, though, but here we go. The bikes are going to come in. They're going to be looking to kill off these harvesters, and maybe even pick off some of those hammerheads. 3 hammerheads still in heavy damage mode there. He needs to get an airfield back at maybe at this third expansion to start producing, or to start repairing those hammerheads that he has up here. APM and Watchtower is going to come down to try and clean up that Black Hand squad, but of course Black Hand squads do a very large amount of damage. Tier 3 has actually been sold off here for randomness, and he's going to come in with these bikes, and he's going to be able to pick off more harvesters here. Hammerheads are coming in for the defense, but I just don't think hammerheads are what you want when you're trying to fight Tibcore bikes. And Booka is kind of just running out of resources here, and you can see randomness has fully established himself on that third base. The bikes are going to retreat now. You could say their mission was well and truly accomplished. They did kill quite a number of harvesters and have pretty much made that field barren for Booka. We can see the transition into Raider buggies as well, and that's when it gets really difficult for the hammerheads, is when the buggies get mixed in, because the buggies are able to tank that gun damage really well from both the towers and the hammerheads. And you can see here there's only hammerheads left here to defend. He needs to get some predator tanks out. The hammerheads are starting to fall and the harvesters are being pushed back, and this is all of his economy. There is no harvesters, or there's one harvester here. And there's also a Mantis on the front line now, and I think that Randomness is moving in for the kill with this bike buggy force. He's going to come in with the Mantis, and he gets 2 hammerheads. There's another Mantis coming as well, and I think this might be lights out for Booka. He just doesn't have a standing army, and all of his economy is currently off the line, unable to mine, and there it goes. Booka gives it in. And Randomness will take a 1-0 lead in the series. Well played to Randomness. Other than selling that tier 2, I think it was a pretty flawless game by him. In terms of what you'd expect from the level of Randomness, I thought he played really well. It's just bizarre. I don't know. The tier 2 never got destroyed, so I'm not sure where it went. But yeah, you can see that the eco graph here, Randomness was just a long way ahead. But this could be a long series. 1-0 up for Randomness. I'm going to head straight into game number 2, and I'll catch you guys there. See you later. Welcome to game number 2 of this best of 8. We have moved to the map Tournament Odyssey, and spawning in the left as the yellow Blackhand is Randomness once again picking his faction Blackhand, the faction of choice. And in the top right hand corner, spawning as the Green Traveller 59, it's Booka. So he has changed it up, not picking GDI. He has picked Traveller 59. Are we going to see a shrine? We are going to see a shrine. Is he going for... you need fast legs. Booka. Booka. Oh no, this could be a disaster here. This could be an absolute disaster before right at the start of the game. There we go, fast legs is on the way now. Okay. So it could have been worse, it could have been better. He's definitely at least 10 seconds behind on that fast legs. Both spikes grabbed, both spikes grabbed. Now, there's only 2 Cabals out on the map. And Randomness knows that Booka has picked Traveller 59. He hasn't been dealt this from random. He's gone for how many Descents? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 Disintegrators. Wow, that's a Forward War Factory, and we're going to see a tier 2. Here we go. It's going to be a very quick game, I think, between these two. Brings you back to the heyday of Bike Rush and Master Leaf. Traveller versus Blackhand. Bike and a... Wait, sorry. Bike and a buggy out. Cabal on the south side of the map is going to see that there's buzzers, but did it see the Disintegrators? Did it see the Disintegrators? It would have seen the Disintegrators. Definitely would have seen them. Now, where is the buggy? The buggy's going to come into the base and be like, there's nothing. A double war factory. It's not an operation center. It's a double war factory all in. And this is terrible for Booka, because unless these Descents are able to get in and kill this harvester, he's going to have so many buggies at Disintegrators aren't going to be able to do too much. There's going to be a lot of bikes on the way as well. And this really does feel like the Master Leaf versus Bike Rush series from 2014. Bikes moving across the map. There's really nothing here. There's nothing here. He has no idea this is coming. If this is a second ref, it's game over. It's a second ref. This is disastrous for Booka. This needs to be a barracks. He has to get a barracks up. These Disintegrators in the south need to start moving in. He's going to lose a bike. He's going to lose a Harvester straight away to these bikes. Buggies are now moved. No, the Buggies are sitting on defense. Wow, this is brilliant by Randomness. He knows there's Disintegrators on the field, and he's leaving his Buggies at home. Ref gets sold off. One Harvester already down. A second Harvester now at half health. 5 bikes shooting at it. Another one goes down. This Harvester next to fall, and I think that could be GG already for Booka. We can see the Disintegrators on the radar are starting to move into the base. But Booka is now Harvesterless. And look at this. There is just a line of Buggies. These Disintegrators are not going to achieve anything. Randomness is going to move in with the Buggies, and this will be a quick 2-0. For Randomness. Booka throws it in. There we go. Well played, Randomness. He takes a quick 2-0 lead in the series. And Randomness, wow, he just read Booka like a book. And takes a 2-0 lead in the series. Well played to Randomness. Booka looking for that early. I mean, I do wonder if that delay in fast legs meant anything. Probably not. I don't think it would have made too big a difference. But that double War Factory play from Randomness gets him another win, and we're going to move straight into game number 3. Welcome to Tournament Highlands. We're here for game number 3 of this series between Randomness and Booka. And again, on the left-hand side, he's yellow, he's blackhand. It's Randomness. He's 2-0 up in the series, filled with confidence and sliding over to the right. He desperately needs a win. He's gone back to GDI Vanilla. It is Booka. And we are on the map Tournament Highlands. 2 spikes for each player. Now, will we see some aggression, all-in, flame rush from the blackhand player again? Will Booka go for something interesting early game? We will see. I just thought he'd forgotten an engineer for a second there, but no, there is an engineer on the way to that Tiberium spike. Tournament Highlands, GDI versus Blackhand. I feel like in R16, you'd have to say that this is in the GDI players' favour. They really do have a big advantage over Blackhand. When you fight for that middle field, especially with the nerfs to one-clicks that have happened in previous years. But it will be... What the hell? What is this? Another war factory in the south of the map. He's not putting his war factory with his refinery. Is he going for another double war factory all in again? He might be going for a double war factory all in again. Now, if Booka is much more prepared, he hasn't gone for any type of rush early, and yeah, there it is, second war factory, bang, here we go. Now, this is really bad for Randomness, though, because he hasn't gone for a second harvester. It's going to be scouted straight away. Now, all Booka needs to do is just go Predator tanks. Go Predator tanks, and he'll be sitting pretty. MCV is sold off, the bikes are out, and they're on the way across the map. Booka, he cancelled his ref, he's going for a barracks. Brilliant by Booka. Okay, here we go. This will be interesting. Can he break through now, Randomness? He needs to get a harvester straight away. He's going Pitbulls. No, not Pitbulls. He needs to go Predator tanks. Predator tanks are much better at dealing with this type of aggression early game because they have the DPS and the armor to deal with bikes better than anything else. Guardian Cannon comes down. Now, that is not a bad idea. The bikes are going to have a really tough time breaking through that. Here we go. Booka moves in. Randomness moving in with the bikes. Here we go. And he's lost like 4 bikes already and didn't even kill a single. Another bike goes down. And he's already down to 4, 5, 6 bikes. Engineer over here, not going to be able to accomplish anything. Is he going to go back for an MCV already? I mean, he almost has to. I mean, Booka is just looking so good already in this game. There is still quite a number of bikes on the field, though, to be fair. And he cannot underestimate that. But he is probably in a position now where he can actually go for a third harvester. And I think he is. And if he gets a third harvester, it's going to be really difficult for Randomness. He goes for a second harvester of his own. He's going to go for the blue tib. No, he's going to send it over to the green field. I think he has to at this point. Now, is he going to go back for an MCV? That's the big question. Booka is just sitting there and he's like, I'm just gonna go back to eco. I mean, you're not going to be able to push through. You're not going to be able to break through. I have Guardian Cannons. I have infantry. I have Pitbulls. I'm confident that your economy isn't good enough to break through what I have. Now, I don't know if Booka's just been lucky or he's read the situation really well and understood that if Randomness had that many bikes that quickly, he didn't build harvesters and knows that there won't be another big, massive swarm of units on their way to his base. Bikes are going to clean up this Tiberium spike, so he is going to get himself an advantage in the spike game, but we can actually see a second ref has come down. So it's 2 and 4 Eco versus 1 and 3, and he's transitioned into Scorpion tanks here, Randomness. So this will be interesting. MCV now on the move. Looks like it was formation moved with the Pitbulls for a second there. Geez, it moved very slow. Now, what are we going to see? Are we going to see Pitbulls or are we going to see Predator tanks from Booka? I'd like to see Predator tanks personally. I think Predator tanks are the best choice you can go for. Pitbulls coming in just to make sure, okay, there's no MCV back on the field and Scorpion tanks are on the way. Now, Randomness does now hold a 2-0 Tiberium spike lead. That Guardian Cannon. That's so frustrating for bikes because I'm pretty sure the Guardian Cannon's two-shot bikes. Now here we go, the bikes are trying to go to pick off that power plant, they get it too, and that one harvester does unfortunately lose its life due to a reverse move bug. But he did pick off a bike in the process. And Scorpion tanks are getting massed up now. Now, I don't think Booka can go for a refinery. I think that would be way too greedy at this point. He needs to make sure he has enough units because you've got to remember it's 1 war factory production versus 2. And even if he has more economy, that doesn't matter if you don't spend that money into more units. Now, of course, he's going to be building buildings as well, which Randomness doesn't have to worry about. Every single bit of money he gets is getting pumped into units. That is a 3rd refinery. I really don't like to see that from Booka. I mean, look at all the units that Randomness has compared to what Booka has. Predator tanks are coming out now, so I do like to see that. Oh my god, an engineer. I didn't even see that myself. And that Saboteur has run all the way around the map and captured that refinery. And now Randomness is moving in, and all of a sudden Booka is on the back foot here. He's lost a harvester. He's about to lose another one, you would say. This harvester did escape behind the war factory. Another harvester goes down. The rocket squads in that foxhole are doing a lot of damage. 2 harvesters have gone down. A 3rd harvester goes down. Booka under the pump here. Is he going to actually lose this game? No, he's able to hold now, but he's going to lose another... Ooh, no, he won't lose that harvester, I don't think. If he lost that harvester, Booka, Randomness would have to throw everything at it. But he's now down to 2 harvesters, and that refinery has given him absolutely nothing because it got captured by the engineer from the MCV cell. What a bit of veterancy on a Predator tank. You don't see that every day. Now, obviously, Randomness forces have been thinned out quite severely, but he did the damage he needed to. He has got Booka down to 2 harvesters. And Booka needs to... This is a big issue for Booka. He needs to repair these units. Look, you got Pitbulls here, Predator tanks, all on low HP. And in a low eco, low unit game, you need to make every unit worth its cost. And that includes repairing it every chance you get. This power plant is going to go down. It is in a very vulnerable position. Rocket squads on the south side, looking to defend the MCV from any potential attack. But the problem is with that, rocket squads on their own aren't actually going to do very much because, of course, you just build a few buggies and, you know, all of a sudden your rocket squads are gone. Neither player going... I'd love to see Randomness build an extra harvester and start taking the blue fields. You'd leave 2 on the green and have 1 going to each blue field. Pitbull on the left-hand side and moving in to, again, get another scout off and confirm that there is still no MCV back. Battle markers there, nothing to show there. Just a rifleman standing on Tiberium. The rocket squads are retreating. The MCV is now under fire. Watchtower comes down. He's going to need to put the repair tool down on that MCV. The buggies are going to come in, and this is the issue with rocket squads in this situation, is there's so many raider buggies on the map that the rocket squads just get overwhelmed. The bikes are now moving in. He's killed 1 harvester. He's looking to get a second. Geez, he's losing a lot for this, though. He really needs to make sure he gets his harvester, and he definitely will. But a lot of bikes and a lot of buggies, again, have gone down that foxhole there. And these foxholes, if that foxhole's still alive as well, these foxholes for Booka have done ridiculous amounts of DPS. But again, he's down to just... Why? See, that's just a waste of money. You have other rifles you can send out to scout with. We can see that these bikes are looking for another entrance, and I don't think they're going to find it that easily. An elite rocket squad is now in that foxhole. There you go. Booka now moving in. No, sorry, Randomness now moving in. There's another refinery down here. The harvester has been retreated to the north, away from these bikes, but no, they are going to. It is going to get away. But the Predator tanks and Pitbulls are now moving in to fight these bikes. The Predator tanks are wasting their shots on the buggies. Look at these. Look at this ranking here. You got 3 units already at veteran and Predator tanks ranking up is not something you see every day. It's quite uncommon. If he gets like an elite or even a heroic predator tank, that's going to be so difficult for Randomness to dislodge with Bike Buggy. 4 harvesters now on the field for Booka, so he's fighting his way back into the game. And you can see that this is the issue now for Booka, is Randomness is not going to run out of Tib before him. And if Randomness is able, he's going to lose this ref. He's going to lose that ref. He sells it off. That's the second ref he's built on that Tiberium field, and he has not mined a crystal. He has not mined a single crystal. And the bikes are going to retreat now after destroying that refinery. And the game takes a moment to settle. Bike's now moving in. Here we go. It's going to be another attack. Harvester on that field is going to go down full of Tiberium. Only 1, 2, 3 bikes go down for a Tiberium full harvester. That is a big win for Randomness again. And this is the problem with fighting it all in like this, is it's just relentless. Again, Randomness still not... There we go. He's going to go for the blue Tiberium. I like this from Randomness. I think he's building another harvester as well. And that's really good by Randomness. He identifies he's got complete another map control. And there is 2 blue fields on this map. 2 blue fields, which means that you can have 2 harvesters going to blue Tiberium. This better go to the blue tib. Beautiful. Randomness is playing this very well. 3 harvesters for Booka. A 4th moving to the expansion. And is he going to go for a 3rd ref on this field? The 3rd time he will have tried to deploy a refinery on this Tiberium field. This time defending it a little better than he has been before. Guardian Cannon deployed up here. I don't know if he should really be... I mean, this field is almost... He can almost abandon this field now. He needs to move to this field and sort of move his whole infrastructure down here and all of his base defenses down here and just everything down here and focus on defending where the Tiberium is. He does also need to try and find a way to confirm that Randomness is still all in, because I don't think he would know. Now, here comes the bikes again. They're going to pick off another harvester. There's a heroic rocket squad in that bunker. Wow, an elite pitbull now as well. Probably going to get destroyed here, though. Oh, there's scorpion tanks here. Where have they come from? Is Randomness transitioned back into scorpion tanks? I mean, I think Randomness is officially running himself too dry, but there's no refinery down. There's no refinery down. And his only refinery is powered down. Oh, goodness. Oh, Booka needs to fix that ASAP. He needs to get his harvesters back to work. And he needs to get a refinery on this expansion field. Now, the big issue is Randomness is going to be getting absolutely loaded up on money with this blue Tiberium coming in from both fields. And this green income will just keep it churning over while he is in the interim of getting this blue Tiberium. And he needs to get a refinery down. I'd almost be selling off like this Guardian Cannon, this power plant, this power plant. Like, the ref right now is main priority. Sell off the watchtower. You can rebuild these things later, but you need to get an economy set up on this field. Isn't he down 2? No, there is a 3rd harvester there. I missed that. The fumes from the Tiberium field. Putting me on. MCV is back out. Here we go. The MCV's actually come back out. So now Randomness has got build again, and unfortunately it's been spotted straight away. So Booka has done a really good job in this game of keeping an eye on Randomness at all times. He's always known, alright, is he all in? Alright, no, he's not at all in now. There is an MCV back on the field. Heroic rocket squad. Elite pitbull. 2 heroic rocket squads, there you go. So those foxholes, I mean, this foxhole's still here, have done, and there's 2 veteran predator tanks. I mean, it shows that Booka has actually done quite well with the units he's had. Now, are we going to see him go for a refinery in the middle here, Randomness? Or is he going to go for... What is he going to go for? He's actually sending 2 harvesters of that northern blue field. I'm not quite sure what Randomness is planning. He's rebuilt an MCV and then hasn't done anything with it. He's producing scorpion tanks still. Booka's actually established a 2nd refinery here, and all of a sudden he has 2 and 5 eco on this tib field. And he still has a harvester up here. He's actually, suddenly in quite a strong position. But if Randomness is able to establish himself in the middle, that's where it becomes an issue for Booka, because all of a sudden your middle Tiberium field, I mean, look how much Tiberium is here. And there's no way he can really contest that right now. I mean, maybe he could just say, you know, screw it, I'm just going to MCV push. But I don't think he has enough. He doesn't have enough units for that. That's the issue. He doesn't have enough units. Command post comes down. So finally, for the first time in this game, a player has managed to get to tier 2. Look at how much blue Tiberium is on this map. If Booka was able to somehow get control of this blue Tiberium field and take it, oh my god, a harvester goes down. There is a mass amount of blacks in the north of the map. And he's been able to kill that, that harvester that was docking there. We're going to see a ref in the middle, yeah, so there we go. There is now a refinery in the middle of the map, but this is a big issue for Booka because now Randomness is establishing himself. Of course, only one harvester here for now, so the eco isn't too strong here. But the blue Tiberium, this is the big issue for Why? Why has he done this? He's going for double MCV Sonic Emitter? That is an interesting play. I mean, your versus Mass Tier 1 and Sonic Emitters are not really the option because the Nod Forces are able to just sort of move out of the way of the Sonic Shells. And now the Scorpion Tank is going to move in. I think Booka's really made a massive mistake here. Unless he's planning to go for Guardian Cannons. Sonic Emitter does come down. It's going to get a massive shot off. It actually only hits one Scorpion Tank. It only hits one Scorpion Tank, and he's lost almost every harvester he owns. The bikes are now coming in as well. He's going to lose another harvester full of Tiberium. Good Sonic Emitter shot there. Gets two Scorpion Tanks. That Sonic Emitter shell hits absolutely nothing. There is an Elite Predator Tank now. Two Elite Predator Tanks on the field. How often do you see that? That is unbelievable. But unfortunately, he has two Elite Predator Tanks and no harvesters. He has one harvester here, mining away. He needs to sell all of these base defenses and get harvesters on the field. He's going to try and base push. Oh man, Booka, I just don't think you're going to be able to do it. Dozer Blades is on its way. Double War Factory Scorpion Tank being produced. And all of this blue Tiberium being mined by Randomness. And Booka, I just feel like maybe it's a bit of tilt from losing these first two games and getting all in again. I'm just not sure. There is a Sonic Emitter ready, so he's going to drop a Sonic Emitter as soon as this MCV deploys. Deploy. Sonic Emitter will come down. He needs to building block it though. And he's not building blocking it. That's the number one thing, is you want to make sure it building block, because Randomness can just, I mean, it doesn't one-shot Scorpion Tanks. He's going to get another shell off, but of course, once the shell is shot, it doesn't actually matter if it dies. If the Sonic Emitter dies, the shell doesn't do anything. This MCV is just going to die. There's nothing. I mean, this dude's got no base defenses queued. The Scorpion Tanks are just going to overwhelm this MCV and destroy it. And there it goes. The MCV's gone. Booka is in serious trouble, you'd have to say. Yeah, no, he is in deep trouble. He only has 4 harvesters back now. 2 Elite Predator Tanks is pretty damn cool, though. I mean, that's something. That is something quite amazing. Now, I imagine Randomness now realizing he's pretty much mined out this blue. He should be sending harvesters down to this one. I mean, look at this. Have you ever seen a blue Tiberium field on Tournament Highlands get this big? That is a big lot of money sitting there. Like, that is a ridiculous amount of money sitting there. I think Randomness has realized I need to make sure that Booka isn't taking this blue Tiberium, because if Booka gets this blue Tiberium, he can fight his way back into the game. Now, he does have tier 3, but again, it's like, what are you going to do with the tier 3? Because you don't have enough economy to fund it. He's actually powered down this refinery. I'm not sure why he did that. Randomness has actually teched all the way up to tier 3. He's going for clicks. Is that going to be a tier 4? She's going to be a tier 4. Wow. These players just have no regard for economy in this game. They're just going to go for tech. Catalyst Missile comes down. I don't even know how he had vision there. These Predator Tanks, he sent them back to the War Factory now. That Juggernaut, I mean, what is going on? I'm not quite sure what Booka's strategy has turned into this game. Now, these Predator Tanks, unfortunately, I think they're going to fall. Oh, that's a good Sonic Emitter placement, though. Hits 3 tanks straight away. The Tib Vane comes down. I think he's Tib Vane himself. He's walked into his own Tib Vane. Oh my god. Oh my god. What am I watching here? Both players are just throwing the advantages they get away. These 2 Predator Tanks are going to survive. Randomness Tib Vaned and then killed his own Scorpion Tanks. Walked into his own Tiberium Vane detonation. And here we can see he's actually taking a chunk out of this blue field. But again, Booka is down to 3 harvesters. Can we have a tally on how many harvesters have died this game? I dare someone in the comments to go back through and have a look. Tiberium Vapor Bomb comes in now. You don't need to sell that. It doesn't die to a Tiberium Vapor Bomb. It would in Tiberium Wars, but not in... And now he's moving out. He's moving out. He's going to move forward. You have nothing to push with, Booka. You have 3 Juggernauts, but you have nothing to protect them. You have no Sonic Emitters. You have no money. That's a big one. You have no money. You have 3 harvesters, and one of them's on a dead field. And you're going to try and move out. I mean, this is brave by Booka. Maybe he can make it work because you've got to look and say Randomness doesn't really have much either. That Cabal is going to get crushed. The Predator tanks are going to move. I mean, he has to place a War Factory on the front line to make sure these Predator tanks stay repaired, because if these Predator tanks go heroic, they are going to be nearly impossible to remove without the help of some high-tech units or a lot of infantry. He needs to get a War Factory on the front line. I think if he gets a War Factory on the front line, he's actually in a really good position here. There's no Obelisk. This War Factory is going to fall. And Booka may actually be able to come back here. This game has been so back and forth. There's bikes at the back. He needs to get those Predator tanks back to defend his Juggernauts. Get the bikes back to... get the Predator tanks back to defend these bikes, because he is in serious trouble here. Oh, the Predator tanks, they're out of position. Oh, man, and all of the Juggernauts are going to fall. He could still get heroic Predator tanks, though, here. And if he... I mean, there's a heroic Pred. We have a heroic Pred. And the Juggernaut gets reclaimed. He reclaimed one of the Juggernauts. Obelisk comes down now. He needs to kill that Obelisk as soon as possible. The Predator tanks are going after it. The Juggernauts have fallen, and the Shredder turrets are going to kill any engineers that pop out, you would imagine. He's actually going after the Husk. There's a Grenader squad here. There's a heroic Predator tank. Is he going to be able to get another heroic Predator tank? He needs to get a War Factory on the front line to keep constant repairs on these units. There is 2 heroic Predator tanks. What am I watching here? And the Predator tanks are going to move through. There are 2 heroic Predator tanks, and they are starting to kill the Harvesters. Oh my goodness, this game has had it all. The Predator tanks, they're ripping the Harvesters apart. Is he going to lose one, though? Is he going to lose this Predator tank? I don't think he is. I think they have too much DPS for the Scorpion tanks, and they do go down. But now the battle is over here, and he's going to build infantry. He's going to build infantry. Where are the Harvesters? His Harvesters aren't mining the right amount of Tiberium, and when the rocket squads start to come out, it's going to be really difficult to dislodge them. He has no AP ammo, and there's an Obelisk on the front line now. I think Booka is going to lose this game despite having 2 heroic Predator tanks. I do not think he is going to be able to win this game. There's only 3 Harvesters left, 4 randoms. He needs to get a War Factory back. If he can get a War Factory back here, he's still in the game. And he needs to come in and kill these Harvesters. He needs to get it. Oh my god, is he going to get it down? Is that a crane? Or, I think it's going to be a crane, not a War Factory. Or we're going to see a crane drop down, I think. Command! Oh, he has a War Factory up there. Okay, that's alright. The Predator tanks have now self-healed themselves back up to full health. He's coming back for an MCV now. He has 3 Harvesters on the field, 4 Harvesters on the field. But now there's infantry on its way, and the Shrine upgrade is coming down as well. And AP ammo can't even start because he's low power. Oh my goodness, Booka. I think he's going to lose this game despite having 2 heroic Predator tanks. That's so upsetting. This is one of the greatest games I think I've ever casted. Wow. There's 2 Black Hand squads. These are I mean, he could use the Harvesters to... I think he's going to... Whoa. That's too early, though. That's too early because the Scorpion tanks are going to be able to pick them off. Yeah, and the Predator tanks are going to flank. And look, they like 4-shot these Scorpion tanks. Like, with 2 of them, you're just insta-killing them just about. AP ammo... I mean, MCV is back out. Is AP ammo on the way? Has he got it? I don't think he has it yet, does he? He doesn't have AP ammo. Oh, man. Now it's... I don't think he can win this now without AP ammo. It's going to be so difficult, and he's running out of money, and he's getting pushed into the corner, and we can see Randomness has deployed a second refinery. The Predator tanks are coming in for the crush move. Can they save this Harvester? They need to save this Harvester. If this Harvester dies, it's lights out, you would say. There is still 3 Harvesters on the field. The Predator tanks are coming in for the crush. This is one of the most ludicrous games I have ever seen. Can we just take a moment to admire this? How often do we see 2 heroic Predator tanks without railguns, mind you? No railguns on the field. This is incredible stuff. There is another wave of units on the way. I think there's too many Scorpion tanks here. I think he could overwhelm those Predator tanks. But they are moving down. They're going to try and go for the Harvesters, I think. Booka early on the pullback. That's what he needs to be. He needs to be really switched on now. There's actually Tib Core bikes. How has he managed to squeeze out Tiberium Core missiles? 3rd ref is down. You can see he sold up his whole base here. And now the Predator tanks are going to make a last stand here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There's just too many Scorpion tanks. They are microing themselves around the refinery. They do self-heal, but I think there's just too much DPS now for these heroic Predator tanks. And we're going to lose these Predator tanks, unfortunately. Oh, how sad is this? The Predator tanks go down, and I think Booka's chances of winning the game go down with them. And Randomness is going to take a 3-0 lead in the series. He is 1 game away from ensuring he cannot lose the series, and 2 games away from a win. Booka still needs to win. I mean, he needs to win all 5 games in a row now to win this series. And Randomness, I mean, what a game we have just watched. That has been one of the best games I have ever casted in terms of just absolute stupidity. 2 heroic Predator tanks, Randomness clicking his own Scorpion tanks, double MCV versus a Blackhand with only tier 1. I mean, this game had it all. It's got to be the most ridiculous 24-minute game I have ever watched. And we will now move to game number 4. Randomness leading 3-0 in the series. Welcome to the map, Tournament Galaxy. And sliding to the bottom left corner of the map, it's the yellow, not vanilla. It's Randomness, who I believe is going Refinery first. There you go. And we slide to the top right to a player who is under the pump. He is down 3-0 in the series. Booka here on the top right, again playing GDI Vanilla. He is in desperate need of a win here. So, of course, with this best of 8 format, if the match ends 4-4, it is a draw, and both players share the points. But if you're able to win 5 games out of the 8, you win the series, you win full points. Now, Randomness is 2 games away from that. He's 1 game away from ensuring he cannot lose, which means that if Booka then won 4 games in a row, it wouldn't matter. It would be a tied series, and it would be a 1 point to each player. And we're going to see a bike rush here from Randomness, looking to go for an early bit of aggression. Rifleman coming in to snipe that militant. Now, I'm not sure why Randomness decided to switch it up. I mean, he's won 3 games in a row with Blackhand. I would think that you'd think that you would stick with Blackhand, especially if you're going to go for a flame rush like this with 3 bikes into a flame tank. Is it a flame tank or a Reckoner? What do we think? Could be a Reckoner, I think. Yep, it's going to be a Reckoner. Double Operations Center Reckoner. Bikes coming in. Here we go. Now, this is... Wow. Early pull on the Harvester. And he's going to lose a Harvester straight away. There we go. That Harvester's definitely going to die. He pulled the wrong one, basically. Or he pulled this one away and then left this one to die. He's going to lose all... He's going to kill all the bikes, though. So that's not too bad. I mean, all the bikes are dead, which means that this Reckoner has basically no defense for it. Only 1 Harvester on the field for Randomness. Reckoner coming in. Here we go. Is he going to be able to defend this Booka? I don't know. I mean, the Reckoner's already here. It's got double flame, of course. It's not a Blackhand Reckoner. Not a Blackhand Reckoner, so not as deadly as it could be. Blackhand Squad. Why is he de-garrising the Blackhand Squad? Oh my god, it almost got crushed by that Harvester. The bike is destroyed by the Rifleman and the Pitbull. But this Refinery is definitely going to go down. And we can see that Randomness, he's gone to War Factory. Here we go. He's going to go all in again. He's going to sell his MCV, and it's going to be another all in from Randomness. It's just constantly all in from Randomness. Constant aggression, early aggression. Blackhand Squad comes out looking to flame down the Pitbull. He needs to pull that Pitbull back. Well done. And the Harvester pull, really nice here from Booka. He gets the crush off. Now, I think Booka is actually in a really good position here. He has 3 Harvesters, and he already has Pitbulls out. Now, if he's able to deal with this Reckoner, I think he can defend the bikes. There's only 1 Harvester out for Randomness, which means that he's really going to struggle to keep up with the economy that Booka is able to present. That Pitbull, getting a little bit too far away from the rest of the group, and it's definitely going to go down. Is he going to be able to snipe a bike for it, though? Not quite. This Watchtower under siege here by these Blackhand Squads. There's still a Blackhand Squad inside the Reckoner. Watchtower comes in. He sells off the one that was at full health, and now this Harvester is under assault from these Pitbulls. But I think Booka is going to be able to hold at least for now. He's definitely not in immediate danger of the game ending. Needs to get this Harvester back on the line, or at least within range of this War Factory to get repairs. This Harvester now pulling away, looking to get to the defensive side of the Tib field, of the ref, and Randomness calls GG. There we go. So Booka gets a quick win back on the board. It was a really nice hold there. I think Randomness could have done a little bit better with the rush, and I'm not sure why he decided to pick Nod if he was going to do that type of build. I mean, Blackhand is just infinitely times better at that build because of the veterancy on their Blackhand Squads. But a quick 3-1. I'm going to move to game number 5 really quickly because I'm really interested to see how this series goes. And there's not much to analyze there. Move to game number 5. Here we are for game number 5 of the series. And in the top left corner, he's just got his first win on the board. He is GDI Vanilla, he is green. It is Booka, the Ukrainian himself. And in the bottom right corner of Tiberium Rift, he's gone back to what's won him 3 games. He's yellow, and he is black hand. It is Randomness. Not sticking to his name at all, being very anti-random, picking black hand and nod in every game so far. Actually going Refinery first here. It is a thing... Wait, he's not going for his spike at all. Thought he would go ref and then go for his engineer. Or maybe he's going to all in again. That's probably why he hasn't gone for his spike. But the problem is now, if Booka takes this garrison, he's actually not going to be able to capture his tip spike very easily. Yeah, it's going to be a second... Is there a second war factory or an operations center? I think that's an operations center, actually. Confessor Cabal now being drafted, looking to anti-scout, I imagine, anything that comes that way. Yeah, Buggy to the south, Cabal to the north. And obviously not expecting anything to come through the middle, which is interesting. Bike now comes out, Operations Center is down. And Booka, is he going to be able to hold this off? That's the question. There's a thing, I think Randomness realizes he's 3-0 up in the series, or he's 3-1 up in the series now, but if he can get one of these rushes to work rather quickly, he gets himself into a position where he can't lose the series. And of course, I mean, if you're going to flame rush 5 games in a row, you would think that one of these times it would work. Now, he's done an aggressive rush in every game of the series so far. Will Booka expect it to happen again? Well, it doesn't matter whether he expects it to happen again because he's in the base and he's now seen it. These 3 bikes have sat here and actually not moved out at all. Maybe thinking after last game he wants to keep the bikes with the Reckoner. Now, obviously this Reckoner is a lot scarier now because it is a black hand Reckoner. Now again, Randomness does these all-in builds. He does it all off 1 harvester. He doesn't decide to build more. Now, Pipples are moving along the north side of the map. I'm not sure why he sent them out there. And he's built a barracks. He's got a Guardian Cannon down. Not a bad choice, you know. MCV sell off 1 War Factory. What is this build from Randomness? He's got 1 War Factory and he's now sold his MCV. The Pipples are completely out of position here. I mean, the Reckoner's over here. The Pipples are over here. The bikes are picking them off. Has he gone? He hasn't gone for another harvester, has he? Rocket Squad comes out. Guardian Cannon is focusing down that Reckoner. And that's actually really good for Booka. That Reckoner is going to do... I mean, that Reckoner is going to take a lot of damage from the Guardian Cannon. The Predator tank comes out, starts picking off the bikes. No harvesters have gone down yet, but the War Factory will fall. But I think he has enough DPS already out on the field to be able to deal with this. And you can just see how much more damage these Blackhand squads do with that little bit of veterancy. And I do think we're going to see this harvest. Oh my god, he's changed targets. He's changed targets. He loses a flame tank that was a flame unit that was inside of the Reckoner. He hasn't killed this refinery yet. He needs to kill this refinery. The harvester's going for the crush, and this refinery does not go down. I think Booka wins. I think he just wins. There's still 3, 4, 5 bikes on the field, but there's too much here. There's a Predator tank, there's Pitbulls, and he hasn't been able to kill this refinery. I mean, even if he killed the refinery, I don't think he has enough. Look at all these infantry forces here. There's so many riflemen. There's a rocket squad here as well. A couple of Cabals are moving in. They need to get this War Factory with this harvester to start repairing it. But I think Booka has done enough. And all of a sudden, he's actually going to fight his way back into the series. I mean, 3-2 doesn't look like that bad a scoreline at all. You could say that the players have just been, you know, trading game for game. And, you know, 3-2 compared to, well, 3-0, which would have been 10 minutes ago in real time. I mean, he's turned the series on its head. I mean, I know I'm calling this early, but I just can't see a plausible way that Randomness is able to win this. He has 1 harvester, 1 War Factory. He's going to come in now. He will be able to actually kill this harvester and probably the refinery with the splash damage. Now, that's a big win. But again, he still has 1 and 3 eco here. I'm not sure why he never repaired that refinery. I mean, 1 and 3 eco versus 1 and... especially 1 and 3 eco with an MCV versus 1 and 1 eco without an MCV. Only 1 War Factory. Randomness is fighting a massive uphill battle. And yeah, he can just spam Pipples now. And Randomness is not going to be able to outproduce him. Even if Black Buggy in small numbers is usually better than the Pipples, he's not going to get enough of it. I mean, he's just going to get overwhelmed by pure numbers with the economy difference. I mean, Booka could go 2 War Factory and sell his MCV. That would be completely plausible right now. It does go back for a second ref, however. Rifleman getting picked off there. Pipples are gonna. Oh my god, he's gonna run straight into the bikes. Oh, this is that's game over. I think Randomness will probably call it now because he's just lost his entire force. And there we go. Yeah, Sal's out. Randomness. Oh man, I mean he was in the game with that rush, but if he just didn't kill the refinery, I don't know why he didn't kill the refinery. I mean, it probably wouldn't have made too much of a difference. I mean, Booka, I guess he's been rushed so many times in a row now that he's just expecting it. And he's able to counter it every time. Now, Randomness probably needs to start changing up his strategies here. But Booka does take another win. He brings the series back to 3-2. And we will move to game number 6. Welcome to the map, Tournament Dustbowl. No poker edition. In the north of the map as the green GDI Vanilla, it is Booka. He's taken the last 2 games. He is fighting his way back into the series. And in the south, again as the yellow black hand, it is Randomness. And he is now taking a difficult... I mean, he's turned a series that he was absolutely dominating into a possibility of a loss. But there's still a long way to go. 3 games left in the series. And, I mean, I have an issue with what I'm seeing already. If we look at the minimap, that's huge. If Randomness forgets about this, he needs to capture his tip spike. Oh my god, what's he doing now? He's going for a second harvester. Where's his ref? Where's his ref? What has he done? Where's his ref? Oh my god. Oh my god. If we didn't check his vision, we would not have said... Where is he going? He's going to deploy there. What am I watching right now? This series has blown my mind from start to finish. Booka is going to be so confused. He's walked in here and he's seen 1 and 3. He's deployed. He's building pipples. He thinks there's a rush coming. Like he thinks there must be bikes or a flame tank or something. I mean, he's built a pitbull. He's going for... He's going for another war factory. Oh boy. That's actually really bad for Randomness because he's not going to have a lot of eco. He's going for bikes. I feel like when you're in this situation, the last thing you want to do is be aggressive. It forces your opponent to build units. When you've got this weird... Oh my god, there's a second war factory on the right-hand side of the map. Holy moly. Well, here we go. This is going to be really interesting to see how this pans out. I think Booka will be able to defend this. He already has double war factory. He has 2 and 4 economy. I mean... It's an interesting play. I think it would work better if he had an operations center, or even if he did infantry. Maybe if he did infantry instead. Now, Booka, again, he'll be looking at this base and going, what the hell is going on? He's sitting there with pipples. He's just spamming pipples. Now, of course, this could be really bad if he didn't realize what was happening. Like, if this was infantry instead, Randomness would be in such a good position. But unfortunately, he's gone for this double war factory play. And, you know, I actually think that the advantage is very much with Booka. I mean, he has double war factory with better eco versus double war factory with worse eco. The pipples are just going to win by default here because he's just going to have simply more of them. Again, Booker's about to scout again and still see 1 and 3 eco and be like, what the hell is going on? Has he seen this? He's just moving perfectly. He's moving straight into it. Oh my god, he's just found it. He's walked straight into it. Now, did he actually scout that, or has he just got lucky? I don't know. We'll have to see. But the pipples have moved straight in, and now he knows that the jig is up, and the second war factory has been spotted. And, I mean, look at Randomness's army in comparison to Booka's. It's just not even comparable. This MCV is doing all sorts. It's wandered down to the south, and then wandered back. And the bikes are looking for a way to maneuver their way in, but I don't think it's possible. The pipples are just simply... nothing going on down there. The pipples are simply just going to... There's too many of them. There is too many pipples for Randomness to deal with. There is now predator tanks being built. I mean, honestly, he probably doesn't... This is probably the first game where he doesn't need to go predator tanks. It's probably better to build more pipples because he's able to... Oh, he just sold the war factory. Okay. I don't know why he did that. That was probably unnecessary. I mean, I know he's going to probably try... And transition to eco, he's not building anything. I'm not really sure. Wow, these predator tanks. No, that's actually not a bad idea. Just beelining the predator tanks along across the map and saying, good luck trying to defend this. Now, he needs to remember that this war factory is here, because once Randomness gets to tier 2, he can build flame tanks out of this bad boy, and that is quite a big threat. Oh, these bikes are actually going to get caught out by these predator tanks, and the pipples are moving in, and Booka is going to absolutely clean up this army. The bikes and the buggies are going to fall. He's actually killed every single unit that was there. The war factory on the right has been sold off. And he's transitioning into Scorpion tank. I mean, I would have kept that around. Make Booka at least go over there and kill it. If he forgets about it, then all of a sudden you've got this little thing that could completely turn the game in your favor. You know, he's actually established double refinery on this right-hand side. And he's now going to transition into infantry. His economy is actually keeping up now, Randomness. Randomness has done a really good job of actually keeping his economy going, despite having all this random sort of emissaries and war factories all over the place. Pipples are going to move in looking for an entrance, but I don't think they're going to fight through that many Scorpion tanks, but there are 4 Predator tanks on the way. And when you get 4 Predator tanks mixed in with these Pipples, all of a sudden these Scorpion tanks are going to feel a lot of pain. Pipples now move in. The Predator tanks are on the move, and this force here from Randomness is going to get overwhelmed quite quickly. The infantry is trying to move into position now. He sold a ref! What? What? Jeez, there's been some weird decisions in these games by both of these players. Now, of course they are both mid players, but seriously, in what world was selling a refinery the right play there? I mean, sell your war factory, sure. Sell this refinery, maybe, sure. But selling a refinery on your expansion? Jeez, I'm not sure about that play. And look at Booka, he's absolutely cranking it in now. AP ammo on the way. Is he going to go for hammerheads, maybe? I would go for hammerheads, I think, in this situation. You're fighting Scorpion tanks and infantry. I think hammerheads is the perfect transition for Booka here. Actually sending harvesters down to his 3rd Tiberium field, and there we go. Hammerheads are on the way. Well, I cannot believe what Randomness has done this game. I mean, went for the early emissary. I mean, I like it. Bit of a curveball to throw at Randomness. But throw at Booka, but to sell that refinery, that made 0 sense. Now, please tell me this is a refinery. Yeah, okay, so he does have another refinery back down. I mean, he gets him an extra harvester, I guess, but I mean, he has a war factory. He can build them. He can rebuild them instead. You know, it's just a bizarre choice. Oh, this harvester's going to get hit by the Orca Strike. No, well done. He took a little bit of damage, but he did reverse move out of it in time. But look at the army that Booka has now, and he's being able to produce hammerheads completely uncontested. And, I mean, Randomness is only just re-establishing an economy in the meantime. I think it's fair to say that he is in serious trouble in this game, Randomness. Hammerhead's now moving to the south with the Pitbulls. And I think if he gets enough of a hammerhead force up, there's really no way that he's going to be able to deal with it. Tier 2 is down now. So will he just blind build Mantis? That is a possibility. I mean, it's logical that for Booka to go hammerheads here. So if he blind builds Mantis, maybe he'll be okay. And I think that will not be... Oh, don't tell me. Oh my god, it's a second MCV. Oh no. He's gone for a second MCV. In what world was the second MCV the right choice here? Definitely not this one. The Pipples are going to move in basically uncontested now because he has no units. Because he's gone for the second MCV, instead he has no units. These Shredder turrets are going to achieve absolutely nothing because there's no supercharged particle beam. And the tier 2 is going to fall. And Randomness will lose this game. Oh, he did get the tier 3 down in time, but it doesn't matter. He's going to lose every harvester he owns. And that will be GG. And Mantis comes down. Fake Temple of Nod comes down. And the Sal out also comes out. And Randomness loses the game, and Booka brings it back to 3-3. We are all square. Who would have seen that coming after those first 3 games? Booka just looked rattled after the first 3 games. You know, he didn't really play that Highlands game very well at all. And then you've got 3 games in a row where Booka just pulls it out, defends the aggression from Randomness's Black Hand. I mean, Randomness has to change it up now. He needs to go standard. I mean, Booka is just expecting something every single time he plays him. And with GDI, it's probably one of the best factions to defend against Black Hand's early aggression. They've got Predator Tanks, Pitbulls. and watchtowers. But yeah, here we go. We're going to move to game number 7 with the series all squared up at 3-3. Here we go. Tournament Airstrip is the map of choice for game number 7 of the series as we slide to the top left-hand corner and we see the man who has won 3 games in a row and squared up the series 3-3. He's GDI Vanilla, he's green, it's Booka. And as we slide over to the right, you're going to be amazed when we scroll down here. This is Randomness. He's picked yellow and he has picked random. And he has been dealt the mighty faction of Zocom. So, this will be the first game where we do not see GDI against a black hand or a nod. Well, Booka did pick Traveller that one game, but it only lasted 3 minutes, so it doesn't really count. Now, of course, Booka has no idea what randomness is, because he has picked random. Now, this will be a completely different game. I mean, Zocom can't rush. Zocom can't be early aggressors. It's just not in their repertoire. Unless he does some type of early rebuild, we're not going to see much aggression from Randomness. Well, not even close to as much as we've seen in the previous games when he has had Black Hand. So, it'll be interesting to see how Randomness plays this out now. Because, of course, he's Zocom. He's not Black Hand. He's not Nod. He doesn't have bikes. Doesn't have the Reckoners. And Zocom easily has the least amount of aggressive options early game in the game. I mean, you can't go Orcas because, I mean, you've got Zorkas, so you lose that aggression. And, I mean, that's really all GDI has anyway. Talons has a Titan, MRT opening, and other than that, that's pretty much all the aggression GDI can do before 2 and 5. But here we go. MCV is on the move for both players, so nothing unusual yet. No tier 2s, no airfields, nothing like that. So we're actually going to possibly see a standard game. Booka going for the blue Tiberium with basically his 4th harvester. His 4th harvester comes out, he sends one to the blue Tib. And I mean, he's going to get it all. It should be uncontested. I don't even think Randomness can see that. So he should get that relatively uncontested. Foxhole dug on the right-hand side of the map. Just going to be annoying and picking away at that power plant. 5th harvester comes out. 5th harvester does not come out. There's Pitbulls on the map. Here we go. So Pitbull's out from Booka. So we are going to see a little bit of aggression. And maybe for the first time all series, Booka is going to be the man to put the pressure on his opponent. He's not going for a refinery. He's not going for a refinery. Wow, he's going for the blue Tib, not going for a refinery. This is interesting from Booka. Only got the 4 harvesters. Why has he not placed this building yet? I'm very confused as to why this building has not come down yet. Now? No? He's cancelled it. What?
Our base is under attack.
He cancelled it. Oh my freaking god, there's another surveyor. How have I missed this? There is another surveyor in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. And he's building predator tanks. Oh my lord, what am I watching? I was like sitting here like, why has he cancelled his refinery? Don't mind me, there is a war factory in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. One harvester is destroyed by these pitbulls. The blue Tiberium had been taken, but he's going to retreat now. Oh my god, he's just going to rock up with predator tanks. Oh, he's Q-moved them. He Q-moved the predator tanks. He's given himself away. There are predator tanks in the south of the map, and they are going to start harassing these harvesters. There's a 3rd predator tank on the way now. Oh my goodness, what a build from Randomness here. And I don't think Booka's realised yet. He's just letting these harvesters die. Booka's still yet to realise what's going on. Tier 2 is down for Randomness, and the predator tanks are going to push away the harvesters here. And this refinery is going to fall. And, well, Booka does have double ref down here, so he's not in too big of a pickle yet, you could say. Rocket squad's now being produced by Booka here. Airfield comes out. MCV's been sold. Wow, Randomness. He found a way. I said he couldn't find a way to be the aggressor, and he has done it with Zocom. There we go. Hammerheads are going to come out on the field now, and Guardian Cannons are going to be the defensive choice from Booka. I think that's a good choice because, again, I mean, the Predator tanks, they do struggle at killing buildings, and, you know, Guardian Cannons do quite well. Obviously, in numbers, he's going to fire quite well, but you can see he's killed 2 tanks there with that Guardian Cannon. Predator tanks from the right-hand side of the map are going to get picked off. Zorka Strike comes in on the barracks, and Bloodhounds are being called in. There is so much going on everywhere. These Bloodhounds, where are they going? They're going to fly straight into the middle of the armies. Oh my god, they're actually all going to land still though. None of the Ox transports do get shot down. There's now APCs reinforcing from that war factory in the bottom left. Guardian Cannon comes down, and Booka is under the pump here. There is so much coming his way. He's lost everything. And I think Randomness is going to come through and win this game. I mean, I don't know how he's pulled this off. He's somehow found a way to be the aggressor and be really aggressive with Zocom here. Now, he's not actually building any hammerheads at home. He's actually sold off the tier 2, so no AP ammo will be coming down. And his forces are actually starting to get wheeled down. There is 4 Guardian Cannons here now. And all of a sudden, it actually looks like Booka is going to defend. With the 4 Guardian Cannons, a Predator tank, a Harvester, and 1 man with a rocket, Booka is going to defend. He is going to hold the Guardian Cannons, man. They have done their job. They have defended the push. He sells his... He's always War Factory at home. He can't rebuild an MCV. The only place he can rebuild an MCV is from down here. Oh, I'm not sure that was the right choice. He's now going for Orcas. Okay. He's going for Zorkas now. APCs in the south of the map, mixing in with Predator tanks being built from this War Factory. I do wonder if Booka realizes there's a War Factory down there. He must realize, especially after what happened last game, considering that Randomness did this last game with a Surveyor on Dustbowl. You'd have to think he expects that this is happening. He expects that there is some weird type of build here. Zorka's now moving across the map. He's actually gone after the power plant. I mean, I'd be going after Harvesters if I was him. Actually sold off that barrack straight into that poor, ending the poor rifleman's life there, unfortunately. This Harvester is going to dock, but it's going to die. It does get a few loads of Tiberium off. Shadow Tank's actually coming out now, and tier 3's down for Booka. I think he's going to be fine here. There's still 3 Guardian Cannons shooting away, the Shadow Tank getting shots off, and 2 Predator Tanks. And I think he's actually going to hold in Randomness. May actually... Oh, he's going after the tier 3. I mean, that's ballsy. I don't think you're going to get that, even with the Zork, because there is actually a Predator Tank flanking from the right-hand side. What's going on over here? Nothing exciting. Just a rifleman shooting at Harvesters, and I think Booka's done it. I think he's held this off. Zorkas are flying back in. Oh, no, they're the Zorkas that didn't have any... No, wait, what? What's he done? Yeah, those Zorkas do have ammo. The other 2 Zorkas are the ones that are back at base. Is he going to be able to kill this tier 3? No, he does go for the Shatterer tanks instead. I think that's a good choice. He kills 2 Shatterer tanks there. AP ammo has just come online. You can see that right there on the command post. And look at how many Harvesters Booka has. Still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Harvesters. Reclamator Hub comes out. Now, see, Booka doesn't realize that Randomness has basically sold himself out of the game. Is he going for an MCV? No, he's just trying to build Preds. He's got Zorkas still. Now sending all of his Harvesters down to the expansion field. And see this, you look at this and you think, why is Booka not just ending the game? He would have no idea. He hasn't been able to get over and scout. He's sending a scout across now, and maybe he will realize, holy crap, Randomness has nothing. He has absolutely nothing. Predator tanks are now coming in to shoot at the Reclamator Hub. Here we go, there's slingshots being built. He's going for Firehawks as well. Yeah, Firehawks coming out. So you look at this and you think, this is a bit of an overreaction, but it's really not, because Booka has no idea that this is all he has. Like, this is all Randomness can really produce. There's 3 Predator tanks, 4 Predator tanks. The Zorka does go down. The Slingshot isn't quite able to snipe a second. Zorka Strike is going to come in on this Reclamator Hub as well. I think he will be able to stop. Oh, actually, the Marv is so close to coming out. Is it going to be able to come out? He does get an Engineer inside. He gets the Engineer inside, and that is probably it. Silo comes down. The Marv will come out. I don't know why I'm having some lag spikes here. These games are not live, and Randomness calls it. Oh my god, Booka is in the lead. Booka is in the lead and cannot lose the series. And you'd say only 20 minutes ago, it looked like he was going to get absolutely whitewashed. But Booka has now taken the lead in the series. He is up 4-3. And Randomness, I mean, you've got to say he has provided the entertainment in this series, but he is now at massive risk of actually losing the series. If Booka wins this next game, he wins the series. If Randomness wins it, it ends in a tie. And we'll see what happens. We will move to game number 8 and see how this series ends. Here we are in the final match of the series, and sliding in to the top left. He needs to win this game to secure at least himself 1 point. After being 3-0 up, he's now 3-4 down. It is Randomness. He is again picked random, and he has been dealt Reaper 17. And then in the bottom right-hand corner, as the green GDI Vanilla, it's Booka, and he will be looking to win this game and win the series. We do see two Disintegrators out on the left-hand side here from Randomness. The first time Randomness has been dealt a screen faction all series, I should say. And the last game was the first game he had a GDI faction, and he's probably picked the two lesser played of the factions, Reaper 17 and Zocom. Or would Talons be played more, do you think? What would be played more, Talons or Zocom? By the experts, by the pros. You know, who would they pick? Would they pick Steel Talons or would they pick Zocom? Well, he's actually going to find these riflemen. This is unbelievable. Booka has done an incredible job of spotting. Like in the Dustbowl game, he found the Surveyor really quickly. And this game, he has done the same. He's found these Disintegrators. I mean, it's only two anyway. It's not going to be too big an issue. He does force out an APC. He forces out an APC and a Rifleman. So, I mean, for two Disintegrators, that's actually quite good for Randomness, you'd have to say. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Here we go again. Oh, boy. Tier 2 down. I mean, this is a terrible map to do this because you've got to think, sure, the drone ship can just fly over the middle straight across the Booker's base, but the dev tanks have to come all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, and by the time they get here, they're not even at risk, or they're not even attacking the harvesters. I don't think this is going to work. I genuinely think that Randomness is in serious trouble here. I cannot see this working. Lightning Spike tries to come down and snipe the MCV, I guess, or I'm not sure. He's actually shooting at a harvester. He's not even shooting at the MCV. There's no way he's going for blue tip. Surely not. No, he turns around. Okay, good. I was going to say, there's no way he thinks he can actually get the blue tip. The drone ship stopped. The drone ship has stopped. Wait, can it not fly over the middle of the map? I was going to say, surely it can. They've got sort of bugging out on the terrain, though, isn't it? The drone ship is on the move. There are two dev tanks and a corruptor on the move across the map. There's another corruptor here. So two corruptors, two dev tanks, and we can see a tier 2 has come down. Is he going to go for orcas? Orcas. Why is he undeploy his MCV? The game's going to be won and lost in the next 2 minutes. He needs to realize he's going shatter tanks. No, you need predators and orcas. I mean, if Randomness's build was awful for this map, Booka is making it possible that it could win the game with his decisions. I mean, why would you go Shatterer tanks ahead of Predator tanks versus this? They're $500 cheaper and they are just better at single target damage. Oh my god, brutal. Engineer comes out right on top of the MCV. He's just going to camp under the drone ship and not allow it to get in range. Laser fences his own construction yard to ensure that he's unable to be captured by anything that he builds. One dev tank has already fallen. A Shatterer tank goes down as well, though. There's two corruptors sitting on this dev tank. Is he going to be able to charge up? He is going to get the charge up. The Shatterer tank's starting to shoot at the dev tanks. And oh my god, he's taking the corruptors off the dev tank. Oh, the corruptors stopped healing the dev tank and the dev tank falls, and I think that's probably it. There's no dev tanks left. The drone ship just keeps on moving forward, but I think he's not going to be able to do it. The Shatterer tanks have actually done the job for Booka, and I think he's going to win the series after being 3-0 down. The drone ship, I'm not sure what he's planning to do with this drone ship. He deploys... What's he going to go for? A barracks? He sold everything off. He sold everything off. I think it's GG. I think it's GG. Booka has won the series. I'm not quite sure what Randomness is planning to achieve here. Engineer comes out. Does get the puzzle hive down. But the puzzles... Oh my god, he just gets the engineer. I thought he was going to get the capture off on the drone ship. But it doesn't look like he was quite able to do it. Maybe they're discussing in chat, you know, what happened in the series or something like that, because this game is well and truly over. He's already sold himself out of the game here, Randomness. He's actually trying to capture some buildings at the back of Booka's base, but unfortunately he has no money left. And that will be it. The Shatterer tanks, maybe I was wrong, the Shatterer tanks did an incredible job. The drone ship gets captured and Randomness has been defeated and Booka wins the series 5-3. What a comeback. That was incredible by Booka. And I mean, Randomness, I mean, geez, he was entertaining all series. It was it was an aggressive build after an aggressive build after an aggressive build. And that game on Highlands, holy moly, what a game that turned into. 2 heroic Predator tanks in a losing cause. You wouldn't say that very often has happened in Kane's Wrath history, but I do hope you guys enjoyed the series. I've had a blast casting this, and this is why I love casting the mid-series. I mean, the Pro series are great because you see good gameplay, you see good micro, you see good strats, but you're not going to see a Pro series with as much fun and as much random, just unbelievable things happening as you would in a mid-series. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly did. Make sure to check out some of my other videos. Check out the series between CT Pacey and Scorpio A, and check out the Green Zero and Master Leaf video as well. I will catch you guys in the next video. See you guys then. See you later. Bye-bye.